Here I'm going to show you 3 exercises that you can do to alleviate hip stiffness and hip pain. Let's get going. So the first one is monkey squats, and one of my personal favorites. The way you do a monkey squat is very simple. Inhale, raise your hands up above your head. Exhale, forward fold with straight legs if you can. If you need to bend your knees to grab down and sit down into the squat. Now, if you can't get down into this position, what you can do is you can raise your heels up on a plate or fold your yoga mat up. I'm gonna stay down here for a minute. Chest up nice and tall. First one, use your left hand to grab your left foot or keep it on the ground. Raise the right hand up and down. Left hand up and down. Both hands up and stand up. That's step 1 of the monkey squat. You can do many different variations. As you're down here in the monkey squat, you can use your elbows to push out your knees to create some mobility for external or internal rotation. Second one is the 90-90. Now, you've probably seen this stretch or this exercise a lot lately, and for good reason. It's a very versatile stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of different things in this stretch for internal rotation, external rotation, and a bit of strength. First one is left toes into the ground. You're going to lift your left knee up. You can sit yourself upright. So lift that left knee up and lower it down. And you can do this for a couple of reps, 5, 10, whatever you want. You can also do active and passive stretching, where you can hold your left hand in against your knee, create a bit of tension, and then go a bit further. Second one, we're going to do a bit of strength here. We're going to lift this back heel. Sit up nice and tall, push that left knee into the ground, lift the back heel up. So we're balancing, lengthening, strengthening, mobility, and down. So again, you can do that for several seconds, repeat for a number of reps. Next one then is we're going to come over to loosen out the glutes. So inhale, lengthen yourself. Exhale, forward fold over that front leg. Try to keep it straight back if you can. Try not to round in the back. Come back over. You can change the angle of the stretch. Come over on your shin. Back. And come over your foot. So you're just changing the different angles of the stretch, stretching different muscle fibers. And then the last one of this 90-90 series then is we're going to do active and passive holds with our right leg here. So first one, sit up nice and tall, actively pick this leg up off the ground, hold it for 5, 10 seconds, whatever you want. You may or may not feel cramps here. Then we're going to do a passive one where you lift your leg up, hold, and just hold it up here for as long as you can. So when you're lifting your leg up, you're getting yourself into your end range of motion, and then you're working on strength in that end range motion. So there's a couple of variations that you can do in your 90-90 position. So the last stretch here is the Frogger stretch, which is brilliant for opening up your adductors on the inside of your grinds. Now, I have a 10 kilo weight here to help assist in the stretch, but I suggest that you start off in this stretch completely bodyweight. I've also doubled up on my yoga mat here because this one's kind of hard on the knees. So make sure you're on a nice surface here so it's not too bad on the knees. So the way you start, widen your knees out as wide as you can. And you'll be able to see my feet there. I have the insides of my feet flat on the ground. So here, I have a 90-degree angle with my thigh and with my shin, and the same on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower myself down onto my elbows, trying to keep my back straight for now. And what you can do is you can just gently rock back into this stretch. Now, the longer you stay here in this stretch, the more comfortable you're going to get. So your knees are going to be able to come out a little bit wider. What I'm going to do then is, if you have a partner, if you can do it yourself, is just bring the weight up onto your lower back. And it actually feels quite nice. Creates a bit of extra tension within the hip. If you've seen my other video where I talked about 3 tips for stretching, and I talked about the PNF stretching, contract and release, you can do that here. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. But that would be very beneficial in this stretch. So there are 3 tips, there are 3 stretches you can do to help alleviate hip pain. So there's hip mobility and there's a bit of hip strength in there too. So I hope you enjoy them. For more tips like this, check out my Instagram and my Twitter.